In this episode of Get Real with Rajiv, I'm going to be answering questions around how do you give yourself that first break? When you launch a new product or new service, how do you get that first client? I'm also going to be talking about how do you manage your energy when you get a rejection in sales after putting in a lot of effort into that deal. The third question I'm going to be answering is how do you balance between keeping your employees on their toes and practicing empathy and kindness? And the fourth question I'm going to be answering is how do you deal with productive employees who have an ego? If you like the answers to these questions, then tune into episode number 72 of Get Real with Rajiv. Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 72 of Get Real with Rajiv. Like every single week, I'm going to be answering 4 questions, and today Pawan is going to be the voice of your questions. So Pawan, what's the first question?
We have HR ERP asking, how do I find my first client for my HR tech services startup? It is an ERP system to manage HR data. With big brands already in the setup, it is quite difficult to find the first client.
Well, HR ERP, if that's the name you've asked the question from, let me tell you this. You are in a stage where you are searching for that first blood. You are searching for that first success story of a client. You're not just searching for a client. If you're just searching for a client, somebody who's going to give you billing, then you're building the business in the wrong direction. You're searching for that first successful implementation of your HR tech platform. You're searching for that first customer who can stand up and say, hey, we use this technology and this was the benefit that we received by using this technology. That's what you're searching for. And in that case, what I would recommend you to do is serve before you sell. Now, what do I mean by serve before you sell? Look, a lot of startups find it very, very difficult to find that first deal, that first client. And they lose a lot of time, and they don't just lose time, they also lose a lot of motivation and belief in their own product. Now, the best way to protect your energy, protect your motivation, protect your belief is to go out there and offer the product for free. Offer it for free to that first user who will commit to time and effort in implementing the technology that you're providing to them, so that they work with you like a partner, give you feedback based on ground implementation, and you are able to track and measure what are the benefits of using your technology, so you can turn them into success stories, into statistics that you can use to sell to other organizations. So go find that first person who's willing to let you serve them by playing alongside you in improvising the product or service. Offer it for free, create that story, and then go out there and sell. And when you're new to a market, when you're offering a new product or new service, remember one thing. This is the stage where you need to sell faith more than facts, because you don't have the facts by your side. You don't have case studies, you don't have success stories of your clients. So right now you need to do faith-based selling so that you start accumulating facts. And once you have the facts, then you can do facts-based selling, where you're selling the success, selling the impact, selling the benefit of the product to people over a period of time and raising your price on the go. So HR ERP, I hope you find that useful as a perspective to explore while you're looking for that first success story. With that, let's go to the second question for the week. So Pawan, what's the second question for the week?
We have Janice Naha asking, how to keep your mind high with positive energy and focusing on your goal and looking forward, even when you happen to lose that best business deal you tried really hard to get till the last possible hour and it just did not fall through. To keep that extra leap of faith and always move forward in business, what is the best advice you can give us on a daily basis?
Well, let me tell you something, Janice. That client who rejected you or did not give you the deal is like that girl or guy who you asked out and they said no to your proposal, and years later you thanked your stars that that person said no to you because you found a much better partner. Having said that, let me give you another perspective. Look, I've said this before, I'll say this 1,000 more times. Sales is a numbers game. And while you put all your energy, all your emotion, all your passion, all your effort in cracking every deal, which you should, at the same time, you need to be in touch with the ground reality that every prospect will not buy. Some will, some won't, so what, who's next? You know, you've heard many people say that. And I truly believe that's very, very relevant to the context of sales. Because what kills us more is not the rejection, is the judgment we put on ourselves after we get rejected. So you need to have that awareness that your job it's almost like the Bhagavad Gita, karam kar phal ki asha na kar. It sounds very easy, but that's the reality. Your job is to give it your all. When you're pitching for a deal, go out there, sell passionately, go the extra mile, create that wow experience for your prospect, do whatever it takes. But at the end of the day, when they don't buy, just ask yourself who's next. Because the more time you brood on why did they not buy, what's wrong with us, you're going to just lower that energy, you're going to lower that morale. And once that energy and morale goes down, then to pick it up and make that next sales call, to go for the next sales meeting, becomes a very, very tedious effort. So just stay in touch with the ground reality that every prospect will not buy. Here's another analogy that I like to give people who we coach. I always say to them that you got to sell like a samurai. Samurais are Japanese warriors, and what makes them special is that they perform their own death ceremony before going into battle. Now think about it. Somebody who's performed their own death ceremony, they no longer exist. When you no longer exist, there is no more fear holding you back. And in any fight, it's the person who is willing to die is the one who actually wins that fight. And you got to sell like a samurai, where you got to be conscious that there are going to be emotions on the other side when you face a rejection that may pull you down. But if you are performing your own death ceremony by telling yourself, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? Every prospect will not buy. Even the best salespeople on the planet have rejections, and the only other option is to pick yourself up and make that next sales call. When you truly accept these realities, then you become like a sales samurai. And when you go out there and sell, you fight fearlessly, you do whatever it takes, and even when you get a rejection, there's no emotion that pulls you down. There's almost another emotion that you experience, which is who's next. So I hope all of these perspectives help you manage your energy through the sales process, because sales is an energy game. With that, let's move to the third question for the week. So Pawan, what's the third question for the week?
We have Amit Rastogi asking, how do you find a balance between empathy or kindness and keeping the team on their toes?
Well, Amit, I think it's all about designing a high performance culture. And I say this so often that small and medium business owners, somewhere when they hear the word culture, they discount it, they discard it. They almost have this, that's for large businesses kind of an expression on their face. And I say, no culture is also a culture. So you need to design a high performance culture. And there are two traits of high performance teams that I find very, very useful for every entrepreneur to educate their team on, to get their team to commit to. And here are the two traits. One is goal first, team second, individual third. Which means you got to train and educate your team, no matter how big or small your team is, as to in any situation, our actions, our behaviors, our communication, our thoughts need to put the goal first. And then you need to put people second, which is your team members, your colleagues second. And you need to put yourself third. And I have noticed this ability in team members of high performance teams, when naturally this is their thought process, this is their decision making framework, this is their behavior framework, this is their communication framework, where every time they're communicating or making a decision or behaving a certain way with people, they are keeping the goal first, they're putting the team members second, and then they're placing themselves third. Now, having said that, let me give you an example. Let's just say Pawan's on my team, he manages video, Pawan and Krishna together edit my videos. And let's just say we have to put a video out on Friday morning, and there's quite a bit of editing work. And Krishna understands this framework of goal first, team second, individual third, and he stays back till 11 in the night to edit videos. Now that's great work by Krishna, because he is living by the high performance culture of putting the goal first, and he's putting himself last. But let's just say this happens with Krishna every single day, where every single day he's stretching, he's staying back till 10:30, 11 in the night in office. Now, while Krishna is putting the goal first, we as a business then are not keeping the second equation in mind, which is win-win-win. For me, win-win-win is equally important, because you need to create a work environment where your customers win by you giving them massive value. Your team members win by you giving them a great quality of life, you give them financial growth, you give them career growth. And you as a business owner need to win, where you achieve your financial growth, you achieve your brand growth, and you have your time freedom to focus on more growth opportunities. Now, in a scenario where Krishna has to stay back every single day, while he's putting goal first and he's putting individual third, we as a business are not being win-win-win, because the quality of life we are putting Krishna through is not great. So I think uh, the match of empathy and kindness with keeping the team on their toes is about setting goals which are outside our comfort zone and creating an environment where people have clarity of financial growth and career growth opportunities, and yet we're taking care of their quality of lives while they are taking care of achieving the goals. So it's a marriage of goal first, people second, individual third, and win win win. When you're able to do that, you're able to manage empathy, kindness, as well as keeping people outside their comfort zone. I hope that makes sense to you, Amit. With that, let's go to the fourth and final question for this week. So, Pawan, what's the fourth question for this week?
Anant is asking how to deal with egoistic but productive employees.
Well, Anant, let me tell you this. I see a lot of entrepreneurs who get into this ego battle with those employees who are intelligent, skilled, produce results, get the job done, but they don't follow the process. And they do what they want, when they want, how they want. They don't even listen to you. They don't get along with other people on the team. And that's why you label them as egoistic. So let me tell you, there are steps on how you manage such a person. Blatantly going and blaming that person or complaining to that person saying you don't follow process, you are arrogant, you don't get along with other team members, you don't cooperate with others, you don't even listen to me. Blatantly doing that will only increase their level of ego and will only harden the wall between you and them. So don't do that, because that's the first thing that most entrepreneurs do. They think, I'm going to give a piece of my mind to this person, I'm going to give this person feedback, and then it becomes an attack and counter attack game which goes nowhere. So the way you handle such people who are high performers, who produce results but yet don't follow the process or have an ego and do what they want, when they want, how they want, the way you deal with such employees is, firstly, you understand that these are those people on your team who I would say are high on results but low on their value system. They don't align with the value system of the organization. Probably trust, mutual respect, humility is the core unspoken value system of your workplace. And because these people don't trust people, they don't respect others, you feel like they are arrogant, they are misfits, right? So firstly, understand these are high results, low values employees. And for such team members, the first thing you do is this: you appreciate them for the results that they produce. You give them the due credit that they deserve. I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs who walk into a conversation with such people with the psychology saying, if I appreciate his work, ye mere sar pe chad jayega. This person will dance on my head. I don't want to appreciate this person's work. I just want to keep him in my control. I want to keep him in my leash. Well, let me tell you something. The more you try to control them, the more you're giving them reason to not be in control. So firstly, give them the due credit for what they deserve. Tell them, hey, you're amazing at your work. The way you get the job done, the way you produce the results, flawless. So you're giving them credit. Now, once you've given them credit, they no longer have any justification when you're giving them feedback for their value system. Because think about it. In a usual scenario, you would just talk to them about what they need to change. And their justification is, I at least get the job done. No, so don't ask me anything. But now you've given them credit for getting the job done. So you've taken away the justification from them. You're saying, I know you do great work. And once you acknowledge them for their great work, then you give them a next level challenge. And here's the way you give them a challenge. You tell them, hey, listen, you're amazing at what you do. There is no doubt about your skill set, your capabilities, your performance, your results. You are probably one of the best that we have. Having said that, here's what stops me from giving you the next level responsibility. Here's what stops me from elevating you to a leadership role. And then you give them the challenge, saying that, look, you need to follow the process. You need to use the reporting system, or you need to win people's heart at the workplace. You need to take people along with you. Not everybody comes at the same level of capability and understanding as you. So how can you develop them? You need to showcase leadership capabilities. Now, when you give that kind of feedback as a challenge for them to show changes so that they deserve the next level growth, such people actually love challenges. So in summary, here's what I'm saying. Appreciate their skills, their capabilities, their results, and give them a next level challenge, which is a values challenge. Whatever behavioral change you want to see, throw it to them as a challenge and tell them that this is the only reason that is stopping them from moving to the next level. When you do it that way, the way you are creating the need for change is very, very different. This is not correction. These people don't like to be corrected. This is actually making sure that they are challenging themselves and moving to the next level. And these people love challenges. So I hope that makes sense, Anand. Make sure you use it and tell me what feedback you have for this solution that I offered. So with that, we come to the end of episode number 72 of Get Real with Rajiv. If you found the answers useful, then make sure you share this video with your friends who are entrepreneurs so that they get this knowledge. Good things always have to be shared, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have more questions that you want to ask me for the further episodes of Get Real with Rajiv, drop them in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Get Real with Rajiv.